Hi guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to make some changes in the barn to get ready for the cattle to come in for the winter and start on hay. Last year I had bought in all my hay in the form of round bales. Last year 5x4 round bales were $35 and he delivered them for me, which was a heck of a deal and I didn't realize it at the time. So I just used a ring feeder and fed them out over by the milk barn here, and that worked just fine. But this year when I saw what diesel prices were doing, this was even before we went into a drought, I knew that the hay prices were going to be a lot higher. So I got the square baler going in the rake and started baling. And it was a good thing too, because then we went into a drought that lasted for, well, we're still in a drought. We're still in a level 3 drought. And we've been in a drought. It basically stopped raining the first week of June. And we have had some rain then, but we've consistently gone further and further into drought. So I baled everything. I baled pastures that I would have grazed the cattle on. I baled pastures after the cattle came off of them. I baled what they left behind. I baled pastures towards the end of the season that were basically just junk hay, broom sedge. But I need the hay. So now you can see we've got plenty of hay in here, but it's all in square bales. So other than these few bales that I bought, that I paid almost double what I paid last year. I paid, I think, $55 for these each. But these square bales are all mine. And so I can't feed them in a ring feeder. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to use this feeder panel. So I'm going to have this whole area open to the cattle and they can come in here, and then I'll fork these square bales down and bust them up, and they can eat their hay here. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to get this area prepped and ready for the cattle. So the way I'm going to get this area prepped and ready for the cattle is I'm going to put down a layer of wood chips. Over the last year and a half, anytime I see the electric company cutting trees back, or we had a tree taken out, we had a tornado a couple years ago, and I saw the city had contracted with a company to do a lot of that work. I called these people and I say, hey, it looks like you've got a lot of trucks rolling, shredding, chipping limbs and stuff. I've got a farm. If you want to come dump it, feel free, because I think they have to pay to take that to the landfill. So over time, bit by bit, they have amassed all these piles of wood chips for me. And I haven't really done anything with them. We mulched our flower beds with them a couple of times, just odds and ends. But you can see I've got heaps. So the plan is that the area where the cattle are going to stand and eat the hay through that feeder panel, I'm going to put down a bed of wood chips. And then throughout the winter, I'm going to keep putting down layers of wood chips. And then as needed, I'm going to get in there with the bucket and pull all that out and make a manure pile, but keep putting down layers of wood chips. So this is my task for today. I'm going to get the big Ford with the front end loader and get a bunch of this wood chips, get it in there and see if I can spread it around. The cattle are coming off of pasture in right at 2 weeks. So I got to get this area ready for them, and then we'll be ready for winter. So I'm going to go get the tractor and we'll see how it goes. So real quick, you might be wondering why I'm putting down a layer of wood chips before we even have cows in here. We don't have any manure to cover up right now. It's not like it's a mess. So the reason we put wood chips down now is if you know anything about compost, in compost you think about your greens and your browns, and you need to have the ratio of each. The greens being things that have a lot of nitrogen in them. If you have too many greens, which is like manure, urine, fresh grass clippings, stuff like that, and not enough browns, which is like leaves, wood chips, old hay, then what happens is that nitrogen kind of converts to ammonia, and you get an ammonia smell, and that basically means you're losing all of that nitrogen into the atmosphere. However, if you mix it with the right ratio of browns, then it gets captured and converted into that compost. Well, I guess that's that. Now all I have to do is rake it all into place. Maybe I can get the kids to help with that. Maybe. So this feeder panel that I built, this was from, the dimensions were from OSU. And man, OSU is a fantastic resource, by the way. The big question I had was the spacing between the two. So the space between the two is 11 inches. And so whatever that is on center depends on the thickness of your material. And then the space between the bottom and the top, I think, is 40 inches. But if you want to make one, check OSU's plans on that. And then the angle is 65 degrees according to the speed square. And it just goes all the way down. I'm hoping that I only have 12 stalkers. I have 11 steers and 1 cull heifer. But 1, 2, 3, 4 bays, 3 per should be fine. That'd be 1, 2, 3. They can skip every other slot. I think everybody will be able to eat at the same time. We'll see how it goes. And then I'll be feeding them I think 8 square bales a day. I keep everything on a spreadsheet, so hopefully we'll make it to November 5th and everything will go as planned. So I hope you guys have a great day, and thanks for coming along with me on my little project, and take care. Bye.